Welcome to April's Garage. We almost had a catastrophe at the garage. It was a small catastrophe, I would say. But
someone almost had their legs chopped off by a couple of French cars, and one of my most valuable cars almost got rammed into.
Seriously, though.
And it wasn't even me.
Not exaggerating.
That's the thing. I installed cameras throughout the facility in here, assuming that dumb things were going to happen and I would capture them on film, assuming it would be me doing the dumb things.
Right. Well, that's your slogan for your channel, right?
Right. You know, if I'm going to do a little working here and, you know, fluid gets poured all over me, or I trip and fall, or I back into something, or whatever.
Drop some tools.
Yes.
Drop bolts, which you're known for.
There are high quality cameras everywhere. They were just installed, So it captured something, but the cameras, we had to change the settings and all that stuff since it has everything now. One camera that captured this thing that happened doesn't have audio. Another one's in black and white, but does have audio. But it was quite an event. So, Euro-Asian Bob.
I don't mean to laugh, because it could have been really, really bad and dangerous and scary. And I just had knee surgery. I felt like for the past year of my life has been destroyed from it. And so watching this, talking about this really terrifies me.
Euro-Asian Bob bought 3 cars.
Yeah.
Well, he bought 2, and I bought 1 out of this collection. And I will unveil it at some point in a video. It is under a tarp there. You may or may not see it right now. But 3 cars he wanted delivered here to my garage to make it easy on me, because one of them is mine and it's not exactly running, and neither were the 2 others that he bought, and he's sort of tight on space right now, which sure, that's fine. And I was out of town shooting Car Trek, which is coming out in May on VinWiki's channel, so I was not present for the delivery of the vehicles and to be able to assist with it. So it was just Bob and the transporter. And the 3 cars were unloaded. And he left the garage door open when the landscapers were working, and they blew all kinds of trash and junk and everything inside the garage, which I just had spent the week before like 20 hours cleaning. And he tried to blow it all out, but it's still, I mean, it's an absolute mess. That's not the accident. That one I'm just a little salty about. It was an accident, but I'm going to have to do it all over again. I just did my whole spring cleaning. I have to do it all over again. But that's not the thing I'm salty about. That wasn't intentional. The thing is, he decided that he was going to tinker with his 2 cars, which are
tinker. That's a good word.
2 French cars, both Citroens, one very old one and one, well, still very old one.
Really cool interior.
Very cool French cars, which you can check out at Euro-Asian Bob whenever he posts them. He has one for sale, my old DS, I think, or whatever it's called. But it's interesting because my blue one from the 60s that I had, this is in between. There's the generation before and the generation after that he had bought. So it's a pretty cool French collection that Bob has that he'll be selling eventually once he reconditions them. But he had to push them all in. So first one to go in was the mystery car of mine, followed by one French car, and then another French car. And he decided to start tinkering with the one to get it running. And, well, let's check out the video, shall we? So Bob is going to the front of the Frenchie car, and he is jumping off the starter on the battery. And it starts up, it's in gear, and it rolls. It smashes into the other French car in front of it, smashes into my car, and then is continuing to roll before he jumps in and stops it. Because if he had missed, or if it had pinned him, or he was on the wrong side of the car, or just froze, it would have rolled in to my SLR McLaren. And this is an old car with big steel bumpers. It would have trashed my McLaren, most certainly. So
David, who's working with him, like, you can't tell from the video, he got out of the way, but he could have so easily, like when I first saw this video, he could have got pinned in 2 seconds. Like, stuff happens so fast that you never know, and it looks like he could have really been hurt, which he wasn't. Nobody was hurt.
So there's no neutral safety switch on the Citroen for whatever reason. Bob, he's talking about, like, he doesn't make these kind of mistakes. So this was like really, really shocking and jarring for him. Here's the second angle, though. It is black and white, but it does have the audio to capture the unbelievable noise of these cars smashing into each other. There's the car starting, then rolling. Yeah. Smack, smack, and I have a third angle, but that would sort of give away what the car is. But my car moved maybe 6 inches to a foot, and then it had another 2 or 3 feet to go before it was smashed into the SLR McLaren and the Aston Martin Vanquish.
And some kind of stuff fell,
it really
cracked off.
It's a spare tire mount on the back that it hit, and it just basically hit the spare tire, and some stuff fell out of it. So it was no
wild.
damage.
And we got in probably 5 minutes after this happened. Bob's freaking out, and not that Bob exaggerates, but like he can really get excited about things. Is that fair to say?
Right. Yes.
And he's like, "Oh, I just had a heart attack. You're not gonna believe what happened." We're like, "Okay, Bob. Okay, Bob." And then watching this video, like I seriously think he could have actually had a heart attack. The way he reacted to it when he told us.
Well, I suppose we could get his side of the story, right? Rather than me just badmouth. Let's call him. Why not? Yeah.
Does he know you're gonna call him? Oh my gosh.
Hello, Hoovie.
Hi, Bob.
What's going on?
Well, we're making a April's Garage video right now, looking at your security footage of your.
You're making an April Fool's video.
I suppose it looks like
I'm the April Fool. I know where this is going.
It looks like it's Final Destination happening in front of our eyes. Sort of.
Oh my gosh. Were you?
Are you gonna make me relive this?
Yeah. How freaked out were you? And like, how close to an actual heart attack were you when that was happening?
I'm still palpitating. I mean, it was just instinct, right? I mean, it was just like, I have to stop this car. And it's just like, because I know where this train is going.
Yes. Well,
and it's not good.
I have the car that I brought in, tarp, so don't mention what it is. But the train would have led to a very bad place with the SLR, or cut David's legs off, or ran you over.
No, wait, David was so cool during the whole time when he was telling us about it. Like, he's cool and calm, but like on the ride home or afterwards, was he like, "Man, screw you"?
No, he was. No, I mean, we work together so much. I mean, we just work like a team, and he's standing there trying to stop the car. I'm running around in the front. I mean, it was just instincts kicked in. It was just like, I mean, just thanks for making me relive this horror.
And you couldn't just stop that car by like force from the outside. You had to jump in and press the brake, right? Like, there was no.
Oh, we tried. I mean, that was our first thing. Was like hold the car, but then we immediately got overpowered. And I realized that was not going to work, and that was going to be futile. So I had to get in the car and hit the brakes and shut it down.
Anyway, well, now the whole internet's going to see it.
Yep.
So
thank you so much. Yeah, for making me infamous.
Right.
Do I get a cut of this?
No, it's gonna be my labor to re-clean the shop floor.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and my shorts.
All right. Well, I'm glad there wasn't anybody hurt or any serious damage. But
can you imagine? You got there only like 5 or 10 minutes after this happened. You could have literally walked in to me and David pinned between cars.
Right. Yeah. Which. Geez.
I mean, it happened kind of slow motion, so we did have a minute to react. But that was. I mean, it's just one of those freak things, and it was totally my fault. I was in there messing around with the car, and then I pulled it out of park because the suspension height selector is in front of the shifter. So I pulled the shifter down, right, because I was checking it out. And then didn't even think about it, and then was going over there and messing with that hot water switch. And boy, she purrs like a kitten, doesn't she? First thing.
Starts right up, yeah. Well, good. Good on that sense.
I hope this is your amusement, because this is you're probably never going to let me in your garage again after this.
You're like, "Sorry, Bob, we lost the key. You can't go in there."
Yeah. Geez, hey, how come the code doesn't work anymore?
All right. Well, thanks, Bob.
Well, yes. Have fun. We'll see you. Bye.
Bye. Oh, poor Bob. He must have felt so bad. That would be rough.
Yeah.
Doing it in your own shop's one thing, but going to someone else's shop, threatening their car, it's like, I don't know, it's a different survivor's guilt feeling.
Smacking their car, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. So I put a little compilation to make you feel better. This isn't the worst that has happened at a mechanic shop. There's a lot worse things that could go wrong.
Yeah.
Here we go. Are you ready for this one?
Well, that's a rare sight to see a Toyota Camry from the 90s in the shop anyway, so what could possibly be going on? They talked about how these cars need to be recalled just because it was time for people to buy new cars because they're invincible. Except when you do that, wow!
Look, he's almost got pinned under it.
Yeah,
okay, this is
crazy when he tries to save it. Like when the cars are leaning on the lift and then they go under thinking they're strong enough to save it from falling, which is, it's instinct to do that. Which
there's nothing you can do.
Like I almost died doing something like
you
that.
Did?
So yeah,
what happened?
I had a travel trailer, like a slide-in bed camper, and I probably should have died because one of the jacks failed and it started to come down and I was holding it, and I would have been pinned between me and my building that I had at the time for my car dealership, and somehow the other jack didn't fail and it didn't fall far enough to like crush me. So yeah, anyway,
that's bad. So this is my worst nightmare: putting a jack in a car, not hitting the frame with it, and just.
Oh.
Well, I know he might be on the frame actually.
Well, it looks like
the jack just fails right there.
Oh, it looks like it was a junkyard car anyway. Yeah. So
now this one, wrong place, wrong time. We got someone setting up a metal strip. Looks like to maybe hold up something.
A door or whatever?
And
shin wrapped him.
The weight of that metal just completely scored the top of his foot. Like, that's an old man that's been hurt before. And like, look, he can't even handle that.
Yep.
That's like right on the shin. But I got to show you a few moments later. There we go. Just putting it back in place. Another guy coming in to make sure you got it right. Are you doing okay? You know, let me take a look at your bruise. Right? So bad. That is evil. The worst.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's somebody, because like, I feel bad for the car ninja because he's so nice.
Yeah.
And you go to his shop. And he has so many friends that people just want to come around and say hi and hang out and all that. That was my phone. Hang out and say hello and chat it up. And he really needs and wants to get work done, but he's too polite. So they just sit there and yuck it up with him. And I try not to do that. I try and value his time and you know, like wait for a right time to chat it up. But maybe that's what was going on with that guy, and they really wanted him to leave, like on purpose, you know. So
that's a good way to get someone to leave. Just let metal fall on their head. Here's a car just flying.
So that's some weird European thing. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So they just didn't set the parking brake, and it just rolled.
Oh, I can't.
So there's a Mercedes.
They're under it, and just the compilation of this. You know it's coming, and it's stressing me out.
Does the lift fail? Yep. The arm failed on that one. And the alarm goes off on the Mercedes, so...
How lucky were they that it fell to the side?
They should have bought an impact lift.
Of course
impact plug there, but
right?
yeah, whoa!
So this guy, he's okay. You'll see at the end of the video he does come out, but just, there's a woman driving it.
No.
I don't even know why I said that.
Confuse the gas for the brake?
I guess so, but what was weird is that she needs to get out for them to put it in reverse, for them to back away, which they do eventually.
Or like the floor mat got stuck in the accelerator or something like that.
That could happen, or a glass bottle could get stuck underneath it somehow. Yeah. You know, so this guy does come out, and he is okay.
This is like a classic clip. This came out 30 years ago with that Pontiac going into the... Yep. That's...
Rolls in there, a lift gone wrong. But it's so scary. We have lifts here, and now this is like playing in my head of what could happen.
Well, that's either the lifts of a bad quality weld, or somebody doesn't put it on the lift correctly, and it fails like that. Right. So these are a lot of foreign countries, you know, Russia, China, Eastern Europe, where they're getting a lot of chintzy, crappy products, and not some made in America bed packs there. Yeah. So this is a G-Wagon.
My poor G-Wagon.
Probably in Russia, I would guess.
You think so?
Yep.
And it's just total failure.
The Chinesium just snapped on those lifts right there. You know, that fine Chinesium there. Exactly.
That's awful. Okay, I have one more to show you. I know you're really going to get hurt from this one because it's one of your favorite cars in the world. You're going to hurt inside deeply. This beautiful.
What is it? A Camaro? A Chevelle. Oh, it's a Chevelle.
A Chevelle. So poor you.
That's sort of what Bob did. It looks like it started up in gear.
Right.
And then went, but that's a lot more powerful. Like the idles set really high, that's what happened here, but with a much more powerful car that was revved up. So
right.
Yeah, that could have been.
Very scary.
That could have been.
A lot
most
of scary
certainly.
Things. But luckily no one was hurt. No cars were hurt in the process.
And it will not be the last dumb thing to happen in this garage, most certainly. As I get some tools and get more handy, there are 1, 2, 3 cameras on the work bay, because I figured we better capture my death when it happens. And yeah, 1 going that way and 2 going that way, as we captured very well. So, yep.
Thanks so much for watching. A lot more to see, a lot more to come.